Hi folks, I'm Zoe, I use they them pronouns, and welcome to my channel where we read a coffee and drink a book. Okay, so sorry for not posting anything. I was sick, I had a cold and I was literally dying. Okay, no literally, but I was kind of dying. And still my head hurts a little bit, but it's more tolerable, you know? And I need my phone for this. Where did I put? Oh, here it is. If you saw my pants, no, you did not, because those are my pajamas. And yeah, I just change my top when I do this kind of things. Don't judge me. So, okay. I was going to say something. Yeah, so I wasn't posting because I was feeling so bad, and I really wanted to do a weekend reading vlog. I still need to finish Ninth House, and I really wanted to read another book, but my head was hurting so bad, I couldn't read anything. I couldn't read anything. So yeah, no weekend reading vlog, no other videos, just rest and everything. But today I'm feeling better, much better. My head still hurts a little bit, but it's manageable. So pain is for babies. No, that's not true. Pain is for everyone. But okay, today's video is going to be a wrap up of November. But first of all, I have mail. So I have had this for a week, and I need to be honest, I kind of forgot I had this. Yeah, but here it is. I know what book is, and I'm really excited, so I'm just going to open it. I'm really bad at opening these things. Okay. Ta-da! And the book is, oh my guys, can't read. I love it. 5 Survive by Holly freaking Jackson. So yeah, I love Holly Jackson. I have A Good Girl Guides to Murder, Good Girl Bad Blood, and As Good as Dead. And okay. And I just love her. She's my life. So obviously I needed to get this one, and I'm planning a weekend reading vlog that you obviously will never guess what it is. How could you guess it with the book I'm holding? But okay, never mind. So here's the book. It's not floppy, so that's kind of sad. I'm going to break the spine. But I kind of like breaking the spine, and it has, I'm trying not to spoil myself or anything, 389 pages. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that weekend reading vlog, but okay. Maybe I'll do a weekly reading vlog for that one. I haven't done a weekly reading vlog since forever. Okay, but I'm going to stop talking about nonsense, and I'm going to start doing the vlog. So, the first book I read was Then She Was Gone by Our Dear Lisa. So this book is about this girl who disappears, and the mother who just doesn't believe she disappears, doesn't believe she is gone, doesn't believe she's just nowhere to be seen. And okay, and then this mother met this man and his little girl, and this little girl is so freaking similar to her daughter, then she's like, what the fuck? This is kind of weird, but okay, I like you, I'm going to date you, I'm just going to ignore the similarities. And okay, but things start going more and more weird, things start going like more sideways, and we see some revelations, and I really love this book. Like, I kind of saw where it was going, but it still had a twist that I did not saw coming, and it shocked me. And I really, really, really liked it. Like, it was really good for me. I gave it. Sorry, I need to see my phone because I don't remember. I gave it 5 stars, and yeah, I really love this book, and I really feel that I need to read more book by Lisa because she's an amazing writer. She's an amazing thriller writer, and I love thrillers, so like that's a perfect combination for me. I need to get more books by her. Like, if you have read books by Lisa and you have like recommendations that aren't Then She Was Gone, The Family Upstairs, and then The Family Remains, please give it to me because I need to buy more books by her. So then I read volume 1 and 2 of... Oops. Bad place to put my phone. Oh my god, okay. Volume 1 and 2 of Spy Family. Volume 1, I gave it 5 stars, and volume 2, I gave it 4 stars. So this manga is about like this spy, Floyd, that is sent into a mission, and he needs to create a family to be able to do this mission. So he adopts this little girl that is a telepath, but he doesn't know she's a telepath. But since she's a telepath, she knows he's a spy. And then he gets this wife, and the wife is an assassin, but he doesn't know the wife is an assassin. But the little girl, since she's a telepath, knows she's an assassin. So basically, he has this family, and he doesn't know the little girl is a telepath and the wife is an assassin. And the wife doesn't know the little girl is a telepath and that he is a spy. But the little girl knows that he is a spy, and she is an assassin, and everything is like really, really, really funny. I really love it. I really want to continue this series. It's really fun. Like, there are really wholesome family moments, especially between Floyd and Anya, the little girl. Like, I still think that like the mother, the wife, Choi, I think that's her name, doesn't have a lot of personality, which is kind of sad, honestly. But I just like feel happy with Floyd and Anya. That's all I need. So yeah, honestly, I don't have a lot to talk about this manga because I just read the top volumes, but I really liked it. Then the worst book of my month, of my life, of my everything, and that's Young Mango. I fucking hated that book. I gave it 1 star, but I can't really talk about that book because I didn't get it. Like, I think it's part book and part audiobook fault because the audiobook had this Scottish accent that it took me like a lot of effort to really understand. So like, yeah, that's a really big factor to like really understand the book. But then the book, like, the timeline was really fucking messy. Like, I couldn't understand a thing. We were in one part, and then suddenly we were in another, and suddenly we were in another, and I was like, please just stay one timeline, or at least tell me when we're going to change timelines. And then like, just the story, like, I think I understand what the author was trying to tell us, like, about the abuse and about the hardship of growing up as a gay man in that era, and that family and that surroundings. But still, the writing wasn't good for me, and I just hated that book. It was a misery to listen to. But still, like, for what I saw, I was the only one who gave it 1 star, and I read so many reviews of 4 stars that they loved it. So I just think that you need to give it a chance, but please do not listen to the audiobook unless you are Scottish because you won't understand a thing. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. What was that? Let me tell you. Oh my god, I get so many accents when I talk, and I think that's part of like not being like English. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to embarrass myself any further. Then the book Who Redeemed My Month. And I read this book because I thought I was going to see the movie like that week. And then my sister told me, no, we're not going to see it that week because I'm going to London. And I was like, what the fuck, girly? I just read a 500 pages book in basically a day and a half. So I can watch the movie, and no, I'm just basically watching TikToks and trying to not spoil myself, which, let me tell you, is not working because I just basically spoil my everything, and I'm so sad, but okay. The thing is, I read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That's the prequel, anyway. That's like the first book of the Hunger Games trilogy, and I fucking love the Hunger Games. Like, those books are my Roman Empire, if you know what I'm talking about. So I was really excited to dive into the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I know there are really popular opinions about how this book is really bad, but I loved it. I really loved it. I gave it a 5 stars, and honestly, I won't change it because it's really good. Like, in the book, we see the 10th Hunger Games and how it's introduced. Okay, do your thing. There is the disrespect. Oh my love. Okay, anyways, so we're seeing the 10 Hunger Games and how it's introduced the idea of sponsors, of giving food, of giving water to the tributes, of like uh, making like, you know, when you put money for something, and like, I don't know if I'm expressing myself right, but it doesn't come to my mind the word, you know. But when you like, I'm going to look it up, you know. But like, it's when you put money, you know, for something that you think is going to win. I think I'm explaining, but bet, like the betting thing and all of that, and all of it you see it from a point from Snow's point of view. And I think it's really interesting seeing how Snow thinks in that time because he's basically a child. I think he's like I don't know, 20 maths. Like, I don't think he is more than 20. I think he's less than 20. So, like, how he thinks, how he reacts, how all of his friendships and loved ones and all his relationships basically fall apart of how he thinks. And I think it's really interesting. I don't know really what else I can say about this book because I don't want to spoil anything. Also, because I don't know what is in the movie, so I don't want to say something accidentally that is in the movie and spoil you. But honestly, I just think that it's a really good book. I really liked it, and it is a long book. Like, let me tell you, it is a fucking long book. It has really long chapters. It's 500 pages long, but for me, it was really worth it. And let me tell you, all the Hunger Games and Katniss references, please, they blow my mind, and like they put me like in a giggling place. I was like, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to stop talking about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because I could be talking about this book for like 2 hours straight. So then I read for Katie and Cass's book club. Sorry, God Killer, and I really like it. It's a fantasy book. It's a really short fantasy book, let me tell you. And it's about like this place where it's forbidden to like worship the gods, but people is like, fuck you, I don't care, I'm going to worship the gods anyway. So they have this god killer who kills gods. I don't know if that was obvious, but I'm going to tell you anyways. And like then she's like stuck into this position because she wants to kill this god, but this god is like basically interviewed with this little girl, and she doesn't want to kill the little girl because like who would want that? The villain, you know, obviously. And then she's also stuck with this knight that isn't a knight anymore, is a bread maker. Pita Melark. It's a bread maker or whatever you call it because the name doesn't pop up in my head. And they basically go into an excursion together to get to this exactly place, and all of kind of things start going. Kind of a romance develops and kind of a like sister relationship develops, and I'm like all for it. I really love this book. I think it's really fast paced. I think the relationships are really good. Obviously, being such a short book, there are things that still need development, but I think in the second book we are going to get them, and I really love it. I gave it 5 stars, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good time. Oh my god, 10 books, and like I'm talking so much. Okay, so 4 more books. Okay, I'm going to do this quickly because I have 9 more minutes to film. So, I'm sorry. So then I read Small Pleasures. So this book, I'm not going to say the word. If you have seen my blogs, I'm not going to say the word. But this book is about this journalist who is looking up into this story about the virgin birth, and like the things are all matching up, and like she starts getting really close to the family, especially the husband and the kid, but then some mysterious things start like operating. You know what I mean. Some mysterious things start like showing up, and like you just end up like, what the fuck? Okay, so honestly, I knew where this was going, like, since the minute it began. Like, I knew the plot twist. So, honestly, it didn't surprise me at all. So, it's really easy to decipher. So, I don't think that's, like, a really surprising factor there. But since it's an adult contemporary, I think, like, the most interesting factor is, like, the relationships this girl is making with the husband, with the little kid, and all of that. I give it 3 stars. It's a good book. I won't consider it like a great book like I had expectations to be, but again, honestly, I liked it. It was a good book, and yeah, that's all I got to say about Small Pleasures. Then I read Looking for Alaska, and this piece of shit broke my heart. Let me tell you. So we have Miles, who decides to be looking for his grade fair apps and just going to this boarding school. And he makes friends, he gets to know this girl Alaska, who is basically a crazy bitch, you know, like she's not a bitch. I love her so much. I can relate to her so freaking much. But like she is crazy. Like you can see her having one emotion one moment, other emotion the other moment. I think she just has a like I can say the word. I think she just have a mental illness that is not diagnosed, but okay, never mind, that's my opinion. So then something terrible happens, and then the group friend tries to just honor some of them and then try to resolve what really happened because they kind of feel responsible. So yeah, honestly, it's like kind of a short book, but for me, it really just left me with like some really good life. Um, Sorry, I kind of space out. Life reasons, reminders. You know what I mean. If you don't know, just make something up. I know, it just make me think that life is worth living, and like as a diagnosed depressed person, that's like something I want to hear every day. And this book just made my day, when I read it. And yeah, I'm going to stop because this just turned really depressing. Then I read the. Where's the book? Oh, give me a second. Okay, then I read The Family Remains by Lisa, but I can't talk about that book because I'm going to spoil you the first book, The Family Upstairs, so I'm going to talk about this book instead. The Family Upstairs is a. I'm so sorry about that. My throat is really scratchy and I hope I don't have like any water here, so I'm like kind of dying, but this is the. I only have this book, another one, so I'm going to do it quickly. Okay, so The Family Upstairs is about this girl who is 25 years old and inherits this house because she's adopted, and inherits this house that has a really, really, really weird past, like really scary past, and like I'm sorry, and like she starts investigating because she wants to know what really happened and where's the rest of her family. And then we have like this back and forth between the present with Livy, the 25-year-old girl, and the past with. What was his name? Henry? Yeah, Henry. With Henry, one of the boys who lived in that house. And it's all so fucking creepy because you have this cultish family that basically invades the house and all kind of things happens. And honestly, if you're going to read this book and The Family Remains, please check trigger warnings because I don't want you to basically die of like triggers. So please check trigger warnings. But honestly, this book and The Family Remains are really, really great books. I love them both. The Family Remains, I give it a 4.5 stars because unless like The Family Upstairs, it didn't have that scary factor that really scared me. So yeah, but still a really great book. The Family Remains, I loved it and I really recommend it. Please check trigger warnings. And then the last book of the month. I was really hoping to get another last book, but okay, anyways. So this last book is The Whispering Dark, and I don't have a lot to talk about this book. It's about this girl who's deaf and can see and kind of hear like shadows and all of that, and because of that ability she's sent into this boarding school. Why I read so many boarding school books? Okay, she's sent into this boarding school, and she met this boy and things start to happen. people start to get dead because abilities. Yeah, honestly, I didn't kind of get the book, and like I didn't was really invested in it. I just like was kind of there. I was listening to it. It was okay, and that's it. Like I don't have a lot of thought in it. Honestly, for me, it was a 2.5 book, but I felt bad for the book, so I gave it a 3 stars. But yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book. I think if you're more into it, you could really, really like it. But at the moment, I was reading another boarding school with a similar plot, and I was more interested in that one. Are you serious? Give me a second. I was more interested in that one, so I didn't really pay attention to this one, to be honest. Okay, and honestly, I'm running out of time, so I need to wrap up this vlog quickly. So that's all the books I read in November. That's 10 books. I'm really happy about that. I'm really excited. I loved all the books except Young Mango. That book was a disaster. But anyways, if you have seen all of this, say thank you so much. I love you. So please, please, please leave a like, leave a comment. I love reading your comments, and please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. So yeah, that's all. Thank you and so much. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. And I love you. Bye bye.